What's going on, everyone? Kenney Conwell, aka Mr. Money Savvy, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Tissanie Simmons. And I just wanted to do a interview with her just to get her experience since she's been working with us with the Done For You service side, with us helping her credit. So, Tissanie, thanks for doing this interview and speaking with future people who's going to watch this.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I guess we can just go ahead and hop in. So, tell me where did you start, and well, not even that. How has the process been since working with me and my team?
The process has been very smooth. I saw the advertisement online. I reached out. Kenny, you have been very responsive, and we jumped right in. You tackled where I was at specifically with my finances and where I wanted to be, and set a goal for that.
Right.
And I did everything, all the steps, and it's worked out well.
Perfect. Perfect. And where we can go ahead, if it's okay, do you mind sharing where you started with your current with your score when you started working with us?
Sure. My credit had slipped down to like 490s. Wasn't really paying attention to it, so I was quite surprised at how low it had gotten. But yeah, and now I'm at a 650.
Wow, that's awesome. And I know my credit got messed up because I had I did a 6 years, 6 or 7 years ago now, back in 20, man, it's 7 years ago. I did this business deal and I thought it was going to work out well and it didn't. And I messed up my credit and then I had to kind of regroup and rebuild and learn how to fix my credit myself and then been able to teach lot of other people. But I know everybody always has a story about how their credit gets to where, in basically low. So what happened to you? Like what caused your score to even go down to that place before you started working with us?
I think it was just not really paying attention to the finances coming in and going out. And so I think getting a closer look at it and just how I was handling like bills, and they were just stacking up, and things were getting paid late and things like that. And so I think just life just got in the way, and I just wasn't paying attention to it. And
True.
I didn't realize how much it was affecting my score overall because I really wasn't
Mm,
paying attention to my score. And so, yeah, I think it was just everyday life and just not paying attention.
true. How many people do you think probably, go through that? Like who probably don't pay attention and just kind of just let life kind of just happen and don't really pay attention to their score?
Lots of people. I know I myself, I think, especially like once I got my home, I was like, okay, I'm good. Like, I don't really need my credit score per se for
Mm,
anything else, for major big purchases as a car or anything like that. So it was just like out of sight, out of mind type of thing. And I think a lot of people kind of go through that where they just feel like, well, what do I need it for anyway? So why
mm,
should I, continue to try to build it or keep it in a good status? Just
wow.
don't care.
So, oh, I want to touch on that. So you mean to tell me you already got the house, and then after you got the house, you was like, man, get that credit score stuff. Is that kind
Right.
of so? Is that what you're saying?
I mean,
Happened?
not super directly, like forget it, but I wasn't as cognizant of it, like
Mm,
because I had a goal in mind. I didn't have any intentions for it, and so I just said, in the way back of my mind was just like, hey, I'll just build it back up, when I get better at, when I get more money, or if I pay this off or pay that off and stuff like that. And I think, yeah, it just kind of slipped
wow.
in a way
Okay,
back.
that's
So
cool.
it's
Well, I
kind
appreciate you for being transparent because I used to say that same thing and I used to say, well, Kenny, when I make more money, I'm going to start managing my finances better, or I'm going to practice what I preach because I was giving people advice and not practicing the stuff that I was telling them. I was like, well, I'll make more money and I'll do it. And then I finally realized, it's
of.
like, well, making more money isn't going to solve the issue. What's going to solve the issue is just addressing it, accepting responsibility, and then just moving forward, not being unclear about it. So I
Exactly.
think
And I
that
think it makes it worse when you start making more money, and then because you have it, you can just spend it, and
right,
and then it almost becomes a little too frivolous and you're not paying attention. And so, yeah, it can definitely catch up to you.
right. I remember when we first started talking, and I was like walking you through the whole process. Even before we started working on your credit, I think I told you about like managing your cash flow. So, um, usually I don't ask about this on these type of interviews because usually we're just helping people with their credit and then we transition to financial coaching. But I know that was one of the first things I told you to do. So do you mind kind of like walking everybody through? Because I'm excited to hear about it because I haven't really talked to you about it since that text. Can you walk like how has that been since you took the cash flow control system and applied that in with what we've been teaching you with building your credit?
Right. And it was something that I felt like I needed to be doing anyway. And so when I reached out, we spoke and I said, it's time for me to kind of be serious about it and be more disciplined. But yeah, you called me out on it. You called me out and was just like, what the heck are you doing? And I was just like, nothing, so called me out, told me, hey, if you want to get disciplined and if you want to be, so thank you for that. Mm-hmm. It was what I needed. So, for someone to say, hey, you need to be a little bit more disciplined about, where your finances are going and how your cash flow is going. And if you want to be serious, here's a platform to do so. So I was able to just follow the steps in that, I forget the name, but the money cash flow steps. And I viewed the videos and did the tutorials and stuff. And I followed it and it really gave me visibility on like where my money was going and how much I was throwing away and could be saving and how to prioritize more. And so after that, like I've become more diligent about making sure that I'm not overspending and maintaining a budget. And so seeing a lot of my money. So
Right. I remember you sent me a text specifically about the notepad challenge. You mind just talking a little bit about that real quick? Can you kind of share with the people?
One of the modules was doing a 7-day journal. And as I was like journaling, I was realizing like, oh my gosh, like I'm scared to spend now because now that I'm more cognizant of where my money is going, I'm just like, no, I don't want to spend it on this. I don't want to spend it on that. I got $20 here, so I was just being more particular about how I was spending. And then that awareness just really slapped me in the face. Like, you need to pay attention more. You need to be very mindful of how you're spending your money, period. So it was definitely a wake-up call. And I remember texting you like, oh my gosh, like I don't even want to spend any money. Like, this is terrible. Right. So yeah, but it was the wake-up call I needed.
Good. And guys, many of you may know, you may not know, you might be watching this video because you need to fix your credit. But, My Money EDU is a comprehensive financial education platform. So if you're watching this and you need to fix your credit, that's the start, but that's not where we want you to end. So what I did for Tissanie is I said, hey, look, I want you to go ahead and create this budget just so you can start doing this along with what we're doing behind the scenes and fixing your credit. So that way at the end of the process, you'll not only be able to have a good score, you'll be able to maintain a good score and then have real better control with your cash flow. So anyways, and not to go off on a tangent, guys, that was kind of what I wanted her to share because it's very powerful. Because your score, what I realized, and I think you realize this now too, is your credit score is just a 3-digit reflection based off your financial behavior. Your bank account balance is a reflection based off your financial behavior. So typically more money, I'm not saying we can all use more money, right? But typically more money isn't going to solve it. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what do you think ultimately has been able to put you in a better position now, Tissanie, that you've been equipped with this information and knowledge and new behaviors?
Just more money I really wanted to do like more investments, putting my money in different places. And now that I'm seeing more, I'm able to do that. And just even look at like, okay, how can I, get rid of some of this stuff and use that money in a better place? Especially just wanting to do more with like the investing and getting additional properties and, all types of stuff. So it's really just opened up that whole avenue.
Right. That's powerful. And I know we're still talking about your credit, but I just really wanted to kind of go down in a little random tangent because, guys, it's all connected. Your cash flow, your credit, the way you look at your money is all connected because it all either helps or hurts. So if you've got, there's lots of people who have great credit with no cash or little cash, or they have lots of cash with no credit. I was that guy. I was making good money and I was, hood rich, as they would say. I would be making all this money, but I couldn't get qualified for stuff. So what you want to do is couple the money with the credit, with the discipline, and that's what really grants you access to be able to get the things that you want. So Tissanie, what would you say to anybody who's on the fence about wanting to work with us? I know I'm a little tough. You know, everybody can't really deal with me. But what would you say to anybody on the fence about wanting to work with us and allowing us to help them with their particular situation?
I think it just goes back to, if you really wanted to see different results, I think we kind of spin ourselves in circles saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But ultimately it comes down to just making that choice. If you want to change, if you want to see something different, then you're going to have to make the decision to do better, right? So my decision was to work with you guys and really get the education I needed to get my stuff in check as I went into the new year, right? So I wanted to take control of my finances in 2019 and was able to do that. And because of it, I love the results. Like I'm more disciplined. I'm looking forward to the investments that I'm planning on getting into in the future and things like that. So I'm just excited about it. So I think what it comes down to is just making that choice to, see some better results.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. And what does the future hold now? I know we're just about 50 points away from getting you to the 700 club, which shouldn't be too difficult at this point, just based off the behaviors you've created and what we've gotten you. But now that you're going to be back in the 700 club, or in the 700 club, I should say, what are some things that you now feel like you can accomplish? I think you've already alluded to like investing and that kind of thing.
And even more so, like right now, with the extra cash flow that I have coming in and getting rid of a lot of like the trash stuff that I was spending money on. My primary goal is to pay off my car. So, I'm just shy of that. And that's going to open up even more financial freedom to do more of that. So I think one of the modules just talked about really diving into where your money is going, but what are the big things that you need to do to really impact that cash flow, right? So mine particularly was my car. So I said, okay, this was the next big thing on the list. How can I tackle that? And utilizing that extra funds to do so. So
powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. So, guys, I can talk to them blue in the face about this stuff. I'm absolutely excited about it, and I love it. I love helping people take their credit and their finances back to take back control over their finances, so that their finances will start to work for them. Because if you heard now Tissanie is gonna, I don't want to put words in your mouth here, but she's now putting herself in position to where her credit and her money can work for her. Right.
Absolutely.
Is that a safe assessment?
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Like you said, it elevates you to a different level. Like I can go out and buy this additional thing or purchase, invest in this over here, that's investing in that, and I can be in that conversation with people. I've been having conversations with people like, where are your investments going? What are you doing? And how can I be a part of that? Because now I have that extra flow coming in. So it's been awesome.
Right. Well, guys, you heard it right here today. So we're so excited to be able to showcase Miss Tissanie and for her to be transparent about her situation. And hopefully, if you have questions about if we can help you out, feel free to schedule a call right below this video, wherever you're watching it, or wherever you're watching it, and we'll be more than happy to walk you through how we can help you out. And just stay tuned for what we're going to show you on the next thing. So just want to show you guys where we started with her file. So you can see right here, back in December 25th, it was a 478, and we started working on things. Got quite a few accounts completely removed from the score, went up 120 points. And just actively just kept working on her file until we were ultimately able to get her up to where she is now, which is a 649. So, and we basically just pull her up. This is her report right here. You can kind of see that this is her, Tissanie. But this is what we're able to do, and there's still a couple more things we need to do on her file to get her up, but for the most part you can see that no more derogatories, low utilization, history is going up quite a bit, and now we're just working on helping her build some new credit. So this process works. We know exactly what we're doing, and if you want help, feel free to book a call, and we will be more than happy to help you get your credit right as well.